This is Last Call, and it's time for us to enjoy a few libations and round out the night. I feel like our locations just keep getting better for Last Call. I mean, we're here inside Azul at Fontainebleau Las Vegas, and this property is breathtaking, Steve.
Absolutely. I mean, from the time that you walk in, you get the feeling that you're in Vegas. It's clean, it's crisp, it's high roller all the way through. It's one of the tallest buildings in the state, and it's vertically integrated. So the cool thing about that, you don't have to go all over the place. All you got to do is go up. I think it's time for us to do that right now, is go up.
Here's your blue glows for you.
Thank you very much.
Here's the lift off.
My man. Take me up.
The blue glow. That is fantastic.
That's peach and tequila, my man.
The only problem with that is it tastes like another one. All right, so our first segment is called Emoji Storytelling. So I'm going to read off this collection of emojis that you decided to put together, and you have to tell me the story. So our first one is a gas pump, sushi, skull and crossbones, a halo on a smiley face, a bed, and a cocktail.
Yeah. So this is more of a life lesson, Andy. And unfortunately, you've got to live life to get said lessons. I remember when I was a young man, and I'm going to relate all of these to Las Vegas. And when you come to Las Vegas, there's something for everybody, and the budget is according. So I was in Vegas for about 2 days, and I was 22 years old, I believe, and I went to a gas station.
You did not.
I did, 100%. And what do they have there? And broke. I mean, you know what it's like to be broke. And so I figured, and this is 20 some odd years ago. So I grabbed a little tasty bite of sushi that they had in the cooler. It seemed like a nice gas station at the time. Well, I'm sure it wasn't all the cocktails I had the night before. Shortly thereafter, I thought I was going to die. And it wasn't heaven that I went to, but I stayed in bed for quite some time, and I was staying with some friends. And as soon as I felt better, I walked downstairs and I grabbed a cocktail and I went right back to work.
Moral of the story, kids, don't eat gas station sushi.
Or do.
No. Terrible idea. All right, what you got?
All right. The one that I have for you, a cowboy, knots, a cow, a palm tree, a golf cart, and a slide.
Okay, so my wife and I, we have two dear friends back at home, and I'm not going to call their names out, but they called me on a random day and said, Andy, are you home? And I said, yeah, it just so happens to be one of the weekends I am. Well, we have a bull out. I said, okay, where is he? Well, he's in our neighbor's pasture, and he's headed towards the highway. So thankfully, we only live 3 miles away. So I drive over there, and I find him in the backyard of their neighbor, like 3 blocks away. And it was a Scottish Highlander, and all they had...
Why wouldn't it be a Scottish Highlander?
Of course it's a Scottish Highlander. So all I had was a piece of braided yellow rope, and thankfully I roped him, tied him to a tree, and then they brought a golf cart around that we tied him to the back of and drug him back to their house. And while I was doing all this, my son made friends with the people that lived in the house that this bull decided to stampede into their backyard and was jumping on their trampoline. So he was very helpful when we were capturing this Scottish Highlander bull.
You almost had me believe it until you said you actually roped it.
Shame on you.
Leave it there.
Okay. All right, your next one. We've got sunshine, a palm tree, and sunglasses. I'm seeing a theme. But then there's a safety vest, someone sleeping, and a stack of yen.
Yeah. Okay, so the thing with emojis, I'm not very tech savvy. A couple of mishaps on that. That's actually a life vest, or was supposed to be a life vest. And then it was supposed to be a stack of dollar bills.
Yeah, that's definitely yen.
Yeah,
but, okay, continue.
I apologize. I don't know what yen really looks like. It was a sunny day that I had spent the night at a friend's house, and we had a pool party sort of a deal. Again, being younger and not really thinking about all of the great deals that one should forward think about. What could possibly go wrong? We stayed out by the pool all day long, had the sunglasses on, and I thought it'd be funny to have a life vest on for the duration. It was a catch-22 because the life vest, although it would have saved me from drowning in the pool, I slept with it on throughout the day. And so I had a life vest tan mark, which was just burnt beet red for quite some time. And then the money side of it, I lost all my money somewhere too, and I had to borrow a ride home.
Wonder if it would have been better for you to lose yen.
It probably would have been. I don't know now, but yeah.
Well,
But
double
most
check-
of mine are life lessons from back. You know, I mean,
Well, mine
harmless.
was a life lesson too. I mean, you
Don't let your bull out.
well that, and you need really good friends to make sure you can catch your bull when he gets out.
There you go. Hey,
All right.
one more.
Yeah, one more.
All right. I have the love emoji, a suitcase, a tree, and it looks like a sign with a couple hiking, a slot machine, and the deuces.
So, funny story. My dad and mom, they make a trek out here every year for the National Finals Rodeo. But one year, my dad was at a hotel property and brought home some poker chips. It was $250 worth. And my mom was yelling at him all year long about keeping $250 on the dresser that does you no good in Florida. So take it back to Vegas and either spend it or turn it into cash and bring it home. So on his final day, before he goes to drive home, he's still got $250 in chips. So he crosses Las Vegas Boulevard to go into this property. It's raining. He trips and drops $50 into the sewer system,
Oh, good.
takes the $200 inside, changes it for cash, puts it into a slot machine, and wins $20,000.
That is truly a story that I can believe your dad 100% doing.
Then proceeds to go home, and the lady tells him, "Pack your bags. This never happens." Oh, one of my favorite stories about my dad, maybe one of the luckiest men I've ever met in my life.
That's obviously no joke. He truly is that way. I'm the opposite of when I come to Las Vegas. I have more of a good time. The luck is not on my side.
Where my story would have stopped is I would have tripped on Las Vegas Boulevard and dropped all $250 into the sewer. So
Totally dead.
they would have found that later.
Yeah. Well, I hope we can only go up from here.
Here's the $250 in chips.
There you go.